Hi. I was just here yesterday, wasn't I? Yeah, welcome to my special Wednesday class this week. This week and next week, I am doing classes on Wednesdays too. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday this week, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday next week, because Christmas is coming. And in Canada, usually that means you take a holiday. Yeah, thank you for joining me on this special day. Today we're going to start a new unit. We're going to start Unit 5 in Smrt 120. 120 is like the intermediate level. So this class is for intermediate students. Kind of like not high level, not low level, intermediate. So it's kind of difficult because some students at this level, they are very, they have studied English for a long time, and they have a lot of questions. And some students at this level, they're still, a little unsure about English, and they don't feel like English is easy. They feel like English is difficult. So it's a difficult level to teach. I mean, some students have a lot of questions about high level grammar. So today we're going to study in Unit 5. We're going to study about the future. Okay, about future grammar. And future grammar is a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult. I'll explain. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, here we go. Future is not really easy for students to understand because we do not have future tenses in English. Okay, now a tense. When I say tense, I mean a verb tense. Okay, now a verb tense shows time information. And we make verb tenses by changing the verbs and using the helping verbs be, do, and have. Okay, I know I'm not using capital letters. I should do that. Okay, and we make verb tenses by changing the verbs using the helping verbs be, do, and have. Does that make sense to people? Does that make sense to people? I'll give you an example. Sorry, what Trump? Why? What is your question? Why teacher does not like Trump? I don't like Trump's name? I didn't say that. Did I say that? I don't know. I don't know about Trump. I have no idea. I don't have any opinions about him, really. Anyways, let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Politics. Everybody will start fighting. Anyways, verb tenses. Guys, let me know in the chat the names of verb tenses that you already understand. So just let me know some names of verb tenses, okay? An example would be present simple, okay? Present simple. Another example would be past simple. And I don't know why, but some people say simple present. And some people say simple past. It's the same thing. There's no difference. It's the same thing. Another example would be present continuous, and some people say present progressive. Okay, so if you're studying English and you're using books, be careful because we this name is the same as this name. Okay, we've talked about past continuous, right? Of course, we also say past progressive. And yeah, even we've talked about past perfect. We haven't talked about present, well, actually we have talked about present perfect. Okay, we've talked about past perfect simple, and we've talked about present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Of course, remember, some people say present perfect progressive. So these are called verb tenses. Verb tenses. And in English grammar, we can change the time information of a verb by changing the tense, right? You guys know that. So present simple. Example, I like pizza. Stupid example, I always use this. Now a negative sentence, we need a helping verb. Be, do, or have? No, we need do. Okay, so I do not like pizza. And then of course a question, do you like pizza? Right? Present continuous, okay, well present continuous, the time information, you guys know, it means right now, right now. Okay, so I am eating pizza. You see, we use be to make this verb tense. Negative, I am not eating pizza. And question, am I eating pizza? It's a strange question. Right? You guys understand that. That's called a verb tense. That's called a verb tense. Does that make sense? Should we keep going? We'll keep going. We'll finish this. Okay. I ate pizza. I did not eat pizza. And did I eat pizza? Okay. So we need a helping verb. Do, right? Do, but in the past. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think I'll skip this one. Past continuous. Let's go to the past perfect. Now past perfect, we need have, but we need have in the past, right? So I had eaten pizza. I hadn't eaten pizza, right? And had I eaten pizza? Okay, and then finally, let's just talk about, well, no, we'll do both. Okay. I have eaten pizza. I haven't eaten pizza. Have I eaten pizza? Okay, and then the present perfect continuous. Well, you can see present perfect, we need have. And that's the same here. That's the same, right? I have, but it's also continuous. It's also continuous. And if we go back to continuous, look, continuous, we need be. Okay, so actually, present perfect continuous uses two helping verbs. Have been eating pizza. I haven't been eating pizza. And have I been eating pizza? Okay, now relax. Yes, Jari, you're right. Yes. Anyways, guys, we're not studying this grammar today. No, don't ask me when we use perfect. Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. We're not going to talk about that today. Okay, we're going to study that in Unit 7. Okay? But why did I write these? Because these are called verb tenses. Okay? And in your languages, I'm sure you have verb tenses. And usually verb tenses, you just change the verb. Okay? Now, if, we don't have future tenses in English. We don't have future tenses. Okay? Last unit, so actually yesterday's class, we finished talking about modal verbs, right? And in Unit 4, we also studied phrases that we can use, like have to, or have got to, or need to. Okay? So we don't have future tenses in English. Okay? If you want to talk about the future, you must use modal verbs, or you must use phrases. Okay? So it's not clear. It's not easy to do, okay? Let's go back here. Let's go back. If you're talking about right now, if your time meaning is right now, and you want to explain the action I, pizza, eat right now, well, you have only one choice. You have to use the present continuous. Okay? Now, if you're talking about last night, you know, what did you do last night? And you want to say, I eat pizza last night. Okay? Well, you have only one choice. You have to use the past simple. Okay? You have only one choice. Right? That's kind of easy. Usually students, this is easy. This is easy. This is easy because there's only one choice. Right? But the future doesn't work like that in English, okay? The future, you don't have one choice usually. You have many choices, okay? And each choice has a little bit different information. Can you guys in the chat, can you guys give me some examples, different ways to express the future? Could you do that? Of course, I'll start. Of course, this word is a very popular way to talk about the future. But what are some other ways to talk about the future? We're going to talk about actually one, I don't know how many, but maybe 5 or 6 different ways today to talk about the future. And this is one of them. Will is a modal verb. It's a modal verb, okay? Last unit we talked about must. We talked about should, right? Those are called modal verbs. But of course, what are some other ways to talk about the future? Okay, not going to. I see that mistake a lot, going to. Please don't forget, it's be going to. It's be going to, okay? It's actually 3 important words. Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, what else could we use to talk about the future? I only see will and be going to. I only see will and be going to in this chat. Any other ways to talk about the future? French Léo, thank you. So French Léo has used actually the present continuous. Sometimes we use the present continuous to talk about the future. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. I am eating pizza. Probably, 75% of the time, this is talking about right now. But sometimes this grammar, we use it to talk about the future. Okay, and we're going to talk about that today. Present continuous. What else? Anything else? Shall, to talk about the future, shall is yeah, you're right, it's possible. It's very old English for this meaning. Okay, we talked in Unit 4 about shall I open the door for you? Okay, shall I open the door? So when we offer something, shall I open the door? That is not old English. That is actually still very popular. But using shall to talk about the future, I don't think we're going to talk about this. It's not super popular. It's not super popular, and it's not for this level. Okay, it's not for this level. Could you change the Okay, guys, we're going to change the subject of today's class. We're going to stop talking about the future right now because somebody wants to talk about the passive. No, sorry, we're not going to change the subject, okay? We have maybe 20 videos about the passive, and no, we're not going to change the subject, sorry. Okay, well, I'm gonna help you guys. I don't see the answers I'm looking for. Sometimes we use the present simple to talk about the future. Okay. By the way, I'll just give you some examples of present continuous. I am leaving at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Here's an example of what I mean. Okay, let's just do it like this. I'm leaving at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, present simple. Let's do an example. Let's do an example. The bus comes at 9:37 p.m. The bus comes at 9:37 p.m. Yeah, okay. So that is an example of the present simple, or the present simple, the present continuous. Now, we can also use may or might to talk about the future. Okay. You said that, Rosa? I'm sorry, I missed that. I missed that. Should to talk about the future, you should go. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. But let's focus on these today. Let's focus on these. I think in the Facebook group, Noor wanted me to talk about something called the future continuous or the future perfect. It's not really for this level, but it's pretty easy. And if we have time, I'll try to talk about that later. Okay, Nora? Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about these different ways to talk about the future. Usually students always just say will or be going to, right? Yeah, that's right, Kenya. Very good. About to, yeah, very good, right? But will or be going to, usually students only use this, and students don't use this very often. They don't use this very often. So I would like you guys to listen carefully, and I would like you to start using this more often. Okay? So, like I said, today we're going to start Unit 5. Unit 5. So let's go into Unit 5, fashion. Okay, so we're going to start with grammar 5.1. 5.1. Yeah, you're right, Nora. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the example conversation. Hey, what are you doing after school? What are you doing after school? What grammar is this, guys? What grammar is this? What tense is this? What are you doing after school? We might go shopping. Would you like to join us? Sure. I'll meet you outside after class. So here we have 3 different ways to talk about the future in this conversation. Okay? What are you doing after school? We might go shopping. Sure, I'll meet you outside after class. Okay? Yeah, Muktanada, you're right. That is the meaning when we are talking about the present. But today we're going to start learning about how to use the present simple or simple present to talk about the future too. Okay? Okay, good. So you guys are saying that this is the present continuous. Yes, you're right. It is the present continuous. And then might and will. So why do they use the present continuous, right? Why do they say might here? And then finally, why do they say will here? Why do they say will? What are the differences in meaning, right? Like I said, when we're talking about the future, there isn't only one choice. We have many choices, and each one has a little bit different meaning, a little bit different meaning. So let's go. Let's start talking about that. Now, I have already really explained this part, okay? Sometimes we use will. Sometimes we use be going to, not going to, be going to. Sometimes we use present tenses, present simple, present continuous. And then finally, sometimes we also use may or might. Now, yesterday we talked about may I sit there, okay? And I said, may I is very nice, might I is very strange, okay? But remember I said modal verbs usually don't have one meaning, right? So yesterday we talked about may I sit here or may I open the door, okay? Today we're going to talk about may or might about the future, a very different meaning. And when you are talking about the future, may or might have the same meaning. Okay? They have the same meaning. So I may, this one, go back to the conversation, we might go shopping, 100% the same meaning. We may go shopping. We may go shopping. Okay? Yeah, Saul's right. Yeah. You don't know the difference, Pascoa? Okay. Well, let's talk about the difference. Here are some more examples, right? Don't worry, we will talk about the differences. We'll have a wonderful time. Of course, will, we can make it shorter and just say we'll. We'll have a wonderful time. It's going to be a busy weekend, right? So this is be going to, be going to. Next we have present continuous. Jane is leaving the country next week. Jane is leaving the country next week. Those are totally the same. I'm looking at Carla's comment. May or might go to the party. Yes, those are totally the same. Sorry, but this is present continuous, right, guys? And then finally, I'm feeling a little sick. I might go to bed early tonight. And like Carla said, I may go to bed early. I may go to bed early tonight. Okay? Could is not really the same meaning for this sense, Eugene. Could is talking about possibility. It's possible. Okay? It's possible. It's a little bit different. It's not really talking about something that you are 50% sure about your plans. We'll talk about that more later. 1 second. Just wait, just a little bit. Okay, so first we're going to talk about using will. Okay, yeah, you're not 100% sure. It's more like you're 50% sure about something. I could sounds like you can't. You're not really controlling this situation, Eugene. It's not in your control. Okay, I could go to bed early tonight means it's kind of strange. It means like you're not controlling this. Okay, I may go, I might go means I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet, but I could go to bed early tonight means it's not my decision. It's kind of strange. Okay. Anyways, let's keep talking, guys. On Friday, we're going to talk about the future again. So if I don't answer all your questions, or if I don't explain everything about the future today, it's because we're going to talk about it again more on Friday. Okay? No, may and might are totally the same. Okay? Please do not ask me about the differences between may or might about the future. They're totally the same. Okay? But we do use may or might for different things. And today we're talking about using may or might for the future. And for the future, they have the same meaning. Okay? Please don't ask me about the differences in meaning. Okay? No, that's incorrect. Knowledge is free. Feel can be used in the continuous. It's very possible. It's very common. Okay. All right. Now, first of all, will. I think probably the most popular reason to use will is when you make a decision. And you make a decision at the moment of speaking. Okay? So, oh no, it's doing this again. Okay. Let's go back here. Here we go. So, a lot of students don't understand this. A lot of students don't understand this. So please listen carefully. If you don't understand, let me know in the chat, okay? When you are speaking and you're having a conversation with someone, and in the conversation you decide to do something in the future, you can talk about this decision. You can show your decision with will. Okay? Let's look at some examples, and please let me know if you don't understand, okay? All right, I'm tired. And then right now I decide, I think I'll take a short nap. I think I'll take a short nap. I'm speaking, but I'm thinking at the same time. And I talk about my decision right now. I think I'll take a short nap. Everybody understands a nap? Nap is when you sleep in the afternoon or the day, right? Maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour or something, right? I think I think I'll take a short nap. I decide this now when I'm speaking. Okay? All right. And so now, next conversation, I'm talking with my friends, and my friends are going to go to a party tonight, and I ask my friends, what kind of party is it? What kind of party is it? And they say, oh, this party is a costume party. A costume party. Do you guys like costumes? Do you guys like costumes? Do you know what a costume is? What is a costume party? Let's see here. A costume party. Here's a costume. That's a really pretty bad costume party. Here's a costume party. Do you guys like costume parties? These are called costumes. I hate costumes. I hate costumes. I am so happy I am an adult now because I did not like costumes when I was a child. I don't know why. But yeah, these are costume parties. And no, yeah, like you guys know Halloween, right? Halloween. But yeah, even in Canada, we have costume parties like in April or something, and people wear these costumes. So yeah, it's cool for children. It's fun for children, I guess. But for adults, I don't like this. I don't like costume parties. So. I'm talking to my friends, and you hate it too, Steve. Okay, thank you. So I'm not crazy. I'm not strange. A dress-up party, yeah. One more thing to Mark's hate list. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate a lot of things. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I'm having a conversation with my friends, and I say, well, what kind of party is it? And they say it's a costume party. And so I'm thinking, costume party? Oh, I don't like costume parties. And I make the decision right now, and I say this: I don't think I'll go to the party tonight. So what does will mean? Will means I decided this right now. Right now. Okay? All right. And the last example, I'm at home, right? And I'm with my wife, and we're hungry, and I say, okay, let's start making dinner. Okay? We're gonna have spaghetti, right? So let's start making dinner. And I decide right now, and I say, I'll make the salad. I decided that right now. Okay? Is that okay, guys? Is that okay? Right now, don't worry about be going to. Don't worry about present. Don't worry about that stuff. Does this make sense? When you're talking to people and you're having a conversation, and in your conversation right here you decide something. Maybe it's a plan or something, and you say, I will, or I won't, right? Yeah, Carla is at home in the kitchen and she decides, okay, I'll do the dishes. I'll do the dishes. I'll wash the dishes. Yeah, yeah. Because you love salad. Yeah, actually, it's a bad example. I don't like salad. No, Eugene, no, 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 no. It's not better. It's absolutely not better. Okay? Because we use will to show that I decided this now. Okay? Will means I decided this now. Okay? Let's just focus on this. Let's just focus on this right now, okay? Will means we make the decision while we are speaking. Okay? Eugene, don't worry. We're going to talk about that later, okay? And I'm going to explain the differences. And I'm going to try to answer your question. Okay? Now, when we make decisions while we are speaking, okay? Well, here this is the most. I'm going to talk now about the most common ways we use will when we decide. So when we decide something right now and we use will, well, often we do it to offer to do something. Offer to do something. Okay? So, remember my example, I'll make the salad. I'll make the salad. That means I'm offering, right? I'm offering. I'll do this. When we offer things in English, it's very popular to say I'll. Okay? Let's have dinner at my house tonight, right? So these two women are having a conversation. Let's have dinner at my house tonight. And then one woman offers, I'll make spaghetti. I'll make spaghetti, right? I'll make spaghetti. That's my offer. I will do this. Offer is like, you do something for other people, right? I'll do this. Usually when we offer something, we say I'll. Offers. We can say I'll make the spaghetti. I'll make the spaghetti, or I'll make spaghetti. And it's also very common, somebody's asking about shall, but it's also very common when you offer something to make a question. And we make a question with shall. Shall I make spaghetti? Let's remove the, right? So they're kind of the same meaning, right? They're both offers. They're both offers. This one is not a question. This one is a question. This is kind of strange. I shall make spaghetti. We don't speak like that anymore. I think this is old English, but we don't speak like that anymore. Okay? So, when you offer something, let's talk more about this. So we talked about this in Unit 4, right? Shall I open the door? Shall I make spaghetti? Shall I help you? Okay, well, let's just focus on I'll. I will. Okay? So, another example, right? This guy is on his first date with the girl, and he's trying to be really nice, and he tells the girl, "Oh, no. I'll open the door for you. I'll open the door for you." Right? He decides right now that he can help her, right? That's called an offer. I'll open the door for you because I'm a wonderful man. Okay, so offering to do something. Is that okay, guys? Do you understand that? Offering. It's everybody understand the meaning of offer? Offer is when you say that you can do something for another person. Okay? And I'll do this. I'll do this. Very popular. But also, shall I do this? Shall I do this? Right? So let's try to think of some more examples. Guys, ask me, how are you, Mark? How are you, Mark? Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm terrible today. This morning at home, I forgot to bring my wallet. So now I don't have any money, and I'm hungry. So now I don't have any money. Remember yesterday we talked about that I can. Remember we talked about that, or we just say to. I don't have any money to buy lunch with. I don't have any money to buy lunch with. Guys, I'm terrible. I don't have any money to buy lunch. Please offer to do something to help me. Please offer to do something to help me. Okay, I forgot to bring my wallet, so I don't have any money to buy lunch with. So please offer to help me, right? So you can say I'll or shall I and that's a question, okay? But they're the same meaning. Ekaterina, I'll buy pizza for you. Thank you. A cup of tea? But I'm hungry. Tea is not going to help me. I'll buy you lunch. Yomara's here. I'll buy you lunch. Beautiful. How are you, Mark? I'm good. I'm terrible. I forgot my wallet at home. A slice of pizza? Just one slice? Come on, man. I need minimum four. Okay? One slice is, I'm going to be hungry still. Yeah. I'm joking. I will lend you some money. Be careful, Rosa. Not will I will. Okay? Use credit card, Mr. Mark. But my wallet is at home. I can't use my credit card. Right. So if you guys want to help me, you should say this. I'll lend you some money. Right? Or like Yomara said, I'll buy you lunch. Right? Or what else? I'll buy you a salad. No salad. I don't want salad. Who said that? I'll buy you some pizza. Guys, I see a lot of students are saying buy something for you, which is not super common. You guys see Yomara's sentence, I'll buy you lunch? This is the most common, okay? Usually we buy somebody something. Okay? So example, buy you lunch. Buy you lunch. Eat a salad instead of pizza? No, thank you. No, it's my life. I don't want to eat boring food like salad. Yeah, tacos. Tacos or pizza, please. Fish? Ugh, no, thank you. Fish is disgusting. Ugh. Yeah, because shall is a question, Carla. When we say shall, we invert. Shall I? Right? So guys, same thing, right? Shall I lend you some money? Shall I lend you some money? Right? Or shall I buy you lunch? These are the same. But remember, this one's a question, and this one's not a question. Okay? I'll buy some pizza. I'll buy you some pizza. Shall I buy you some pizza? Shall I buy you some pizza? Shall I buy you 4 slices of pizza? Thank you. 4, not 1. Sushi? Ugh. God, no. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you. I'm terrible today. I like you too, Yomara. Okay. So when you offer to do something, usually, not always, but usually, it's happening right now, at the moment of speaking. You decide the offer right now. Let's move on. Let's go to the next thing. Another thing we use will when you're deciding at the moment of speaking. You often we agree to do something. Now, guys, stop. You guys, I'm sure 99% of you when you look at this word agree, you think it only means to have the same opinion as someone else. Okay? Example, I think sushi is disgusting. Okay? I think sushi is disgusting. I think, I just don't like sushi. I don't like sushi. I like vegetable sushi, but cold, dead fish on rice? Why does everybody like this? It's cold and it smells bad. Ugh. Guys, pizza, hamburgers, tacos, spaghetti, lasagna. Much better. Anyways, just an example. Eugene says, I agree. So it's just an example, right? Mark, I think sushi is disgusting. And Eugene or Carla, they say, I agree. Oh no, Carla disagrees. Okay, here we go. Now people are, raw beef? No. Any animals. Stop eating animals, people. Why are you eating dead animals? This is crazy. That's my opinion. But it's okay if you eat animals. It's okay. Okay. Carla says, I disagree. Okay? So you guys understand agree this meaning, right? Yeah, agree, like French Leo says, me too, right? I agree, me too. And what did Carla say? Carla likes fish because Carla is crazy. And she said, I disagree. She said, what did she say? She said, no way. Okay. Oh, Carla hates sushi too. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Anyways, whatever, Carla. It's just an example. But I'm talking about agree. You guys understand agree, right? Okay. But actually, you don't understand agree because agree has another meaning. Okay? Agree means to say yes about doing something. Okay? Now, let's go back. This meaning, agree, the opposite is disagree, right? But when you say yes about doing something, what's the opposite? The opposite is not disagree. The opposite is called refuse, to say no about doing something. Okay, so let's do an example. Rosa, this is going to be really uncomfortable. Okay, Rosa, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Rosa, I'm waiting for your answer. That's it. I don't worry about this. I'll put this in the garbage. I decide now. I'll put this in the garbage if you say yes. I'm a vegetarian. Fish is disgusting. I hate fish. All right. Rosa, I'm waiting for your answer. Please say no. Please say no. Oh my God. It's just an example. Ekaterina, relax. Rosa, say yes or no, Rosa. We're waiting for you. Rosa, so now Rosa must decide. Yes or no? Say no. Say no. Rosa. I'm not asking you, Nandish. Okay, Rosa, finally. Woo! Safe. I can put this back on. Okay, Okay, Rosa said no. So, she said no. So how do you say that? Well, Rosa has refused to marry Mark. Right? You respect it. Okay, Rosa, I'm just joking. Rosa has refused to marry Mark. Okay? But When you, the opposite, say yes, when you agree to do something, right? When you agree to do something, we often decide, we often decide at the moment of speaking, right? Right now, Rosa decided no, right? No. So she decided right now. So she would say, I will not marry you, right? I will not marry you because Rosa decided right now. Understand? I will not marry you. But if you agree to do something, if you agree to do something, you say, yeah, sure. I will do that. I will do that, sure. I decide right now. Okay? So, look. I know I'm going to make this bigger, but okay. Do you want to get together tonight? Do you want to get together? Do you want to get together, like meet, right? Do you want to get together tonight? So maybe this girl asks this girl, right? Do you want to get together tonight? And this girl says, sure, I'll come over after dinner. She decided right now. I'll come over after dinner. Okay? Yeah, I know. She refused. She said she will not marry me. Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, actually I have never met Rosa in person. So that's good. Probably I shouldn't marry her. Okay. Maybe Rosa is this like super old guy in Toronto somewhere with a crazy long beard and crazy long hair. We don't know. But I'm sure she's not, but it's possible. Anyways. Okay. So when you're talking about, when you're making the decision right now, we talked about offers, right? Offers. When you offer to do something, I'll do that for you. And we also talked about agreeing to do something. Agreeing, right? Now, also we do this when we promise. Promise. When we promise, we usually decide now about the future, right? So let's look at some more examples. We should get together this weekend. I'll give you a call. And really, this is kind of like a promise. This means I will do this. I decided right now. Okay? Or can I borrow some money? Can I borrow some money? Right? This one right here. I'm just going to put it up here. Could I borrow some money? And then I'll pay you back tomorrow. I'll pay you back tomorrow. I promise. So usually when you promise something, you say I'll. Okay, is that okay? Right? Rosa, will you marry me? Will you, Rosa, I'm just joking, don't worry. Let's stop using that stupid example. Okay, Carla, could you please lend me your car? And then, right, I promise. So don't need to say I promise, just say I'll be very careful with it. And that means I promise. Right? I promise. Okay? You can say here, I promise I'll be very careful with it. That's okay. But you don't need it. You don't need it. Because sometimes will has the meaning of promise. Okay? Okay, Eugene, yes. I like that. Okay. Do you guys understand that? So when you promise something, it's pretty common to say I'll. Let's do one more example of promising. Okay, sometimes my wife, my wife. So Carla says, no way, no way. So remember, agree or refuse. Which one did Carla do? Did she agree? Did she agree? She has agreed to lend Mark her car, or she has refused to lend Mark her car. Which one? Remember we talked about this, right? Agree, refuse, right? A lot of students think agree, opposite, disagree only. That's a different meaning. That's a different meaning. Okay? I think you'll have to say the word. Okay, I promise, please. Right? Rosa has refused. She has refused to lend Mark her car. Yeah, she refused. Right. Okay. So, no way. What does no way mean? Well, what's Carla's meaning? I won't. Yeah, no way is pretty casual English. Okay, it means impossible. No way. I won't lend you my car. I won't lend you my car. She has refused. Chari's here. How's it going, Chari? Refused. Yeah. I'm a pretty good driver. But okay, another example, last example. My wife doesn't drive. Okay, doesn't drive. That's a. Do you like that noise? Sometimes you guys say this. She can't drive. My wife can't drive, but we don't. This is kind of the same meaning. Do you guys understand that? She can't drive, so always she doesn't drive. Do you understand? Do you understand the meaning? They're kind of similar, right? Example: I can't speak Chinese, and same thing. I don't speak Chinese. They're kind of the same, right? I cannot speak Chinese. I don't know how to speak Chinese, so I never speak Chinese. Right? Or I can't play the piano, so that also means I don't play. I don't play the piano. Right? I don't play the piano. They're kind of the same thing. I don't know if you guys understand that, right? Students always say, I can't. But usually, it's less common. We'd say, I don't, right? So my wife doesn't drive. So always, maybe she's at work or yeah, I can't understand, I don't understand. Very good. Excuse me, very good, Rosa. My wife doesn't drive. My wife, I'm talking about Rosa, of course. No, Rosa, I'm joking. I'm sorry. Okay, my wife doesn't drive. Now, always, she's with our baby, and she's at the store or something. She's at work, and she calls me, and she says, Mark, please come with the car. Please come, right? What is that called when I go to my wife's place because she wants to enter the car? She wants to go home or something. What is that called? Do you guys know the phrasal verb? Be careful, Carla. Lend, not borrow. Lend, right? Lend. That's weird, Mark. What's weird? I'm weird? Yeah, I agree. You can drive. But what is it called when she wants me to come with the car to get her? What is that called, guys? Do you guys have any idea? Have you ever heard this one? Pick up. Now, pick up sometimes is this meaning, right? Like a thing you pick up. But a different meaning is when I with my car I go and I get my wife, right? Pick up. My wife doesn't drive, right? So what would she ask me? What she asked me. Don't use will, because she's not offering. She's not promising. She's not agreeing. So don't use will. We have to use a request, like we studied in like yesterday's class, right? You guys remember, what did we study yesterday? Would you mind? This is my wife. My wife's name is Kazuko. So what does she say? Come pick me up. But remember, what did we study yesterday, guys? Would you mind? My wife is speaking. My wife is speaking. Right? Do you remember what we studied yesterday? Don't forget English. Don't forget what we study in my classes. You always pick up your friends? Cool. Can you pick me up from home? Yeah, good. Yeah. But remember, how do we use would you mind? Do you guys remember, how do we use that? Would you mind? Would you? So my wife is speaking. So remember, we talked about would you mind if I, or we talked about this. Would you mind doing something? Right? No answer. Yeah, I know. No answer. You guys forget yesterday's class? Yomera. Right. Good, guys. So would you... No, Ekaterina. Okay, oh, I see. Could you, or would you mind, or do you mind? Not don't you mind. Do you mind? Okay, we never say this. We never say this. Anka, we never say this. Would you mind if you? We never say that. Would you mind if you pick? No, Rosa, no. Okay, look at this one. Could you, we say, so example, could you pick me up? We say, would you, move this up here. Would you mind picking me up? Okay, if I'm talking about your action, we use this, picking, ing. If I'm talking about my action, could I leave? Right, we say, would you mind if I? Okay, do you guys remember that? Remember my example? Let's use do you mind. Do you mind if I leave? Remember my example? I thought this was a really good example. Do you mind leaving? What's the difference? If I smoke, be careful, Carla, probably smoked. Remember, would, we need past, okay? Would you mind if I smoked? Same thing, Bana. Would you mind if I lent? You guys watch my class yesterday, okay? Watch my class from yesterday, because this is pretty important, okay? Would you mind, do you mind if I leave? Same thing, would you mind if I left? Okay? And do you mind leaving? Same thing, would you mind leaving? Yesterday we talked about if you use would, we should use the past. Okay? Do you mind? We don't need past. Okay? So what does do you mind if I leave? It means may I leave. Okay? Or let's just use could I leave. What does this one mean? Would you mind leaving? Yeah, it's about me. You're right, Anka. Okay? This one is about you. You, please leave. Could you leave? Could you leave? Could you leave? Why are we talking about this? Oh yeah, because my wife. So what does Kazuko say? Remember, Kazuko is with our baby, and it's cold outside, it's snowing, and she wants to go home. So she needs me to come, right, with the car. Yes, good Carla, good Carla. Would you mind? What does she ask me? Mark, would you is pretty polite. She's not very polite to me, so she'll just say, do you mind what? Do you mind what? She wants me to do something, so she's talking to Mark. right? She's talking to Mark. What would you mind me leaving? Would you mind me leaving? I guess it's okay. Yeah, it's okay, but I don't know if we usually say that. We don't usually say that. Anyways, come on, guys. What does Kazuko ask me? What does she ask me? She's cold. She's with our daughter, and she needs my help. Okay. Yes, Hanan. No, Yomera. No. Could you pick? Okay, so would you mind picking? Good. Do you mind picking me up? Good. Do you mind picking me up? Okay, now what does Mark say? Sorry, baby. No, I'm joking. Sorry, I'm busy right now. Sorry, I'm busy right now. And I promise, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I'll be there in 30 minutes. Okay, I decide right now, I'm talking to her on the phone, and I decide I'll be there in 30 minutes. Okay? So that's kind of like a promise. And the last thing I think we're going to talk about today, I'm sorry guys, this has taken a lot longer than I expected, is when we ask someone to do something. And yesterday we talked about this actually. We talked about, right? Do you mind leaving? Right? Would you mind leaving? Could you leave? What are some other ways to say this? What are some other ways to say this? Right? Please leave. When we ask someone to do something, what did we talk about yesterday? Right? Requests. Well, we talked about this. Would you leave? That's okay. It's the same meaning as could you leave. And finally, will you leave? Remember we talked about this yesterday? Remember we talked about this in my class yesterday? Will you leave? Right? We also talked about this. Not very polite, but can you leave? Can you leave? And I told you yesterday these ones are the same meaning. They're about the same politeness. Right? And then now today we understand why we say, will you leave? Because will you leave is asking the person to decide now. Okay? So remember this question, this stupid question I asked Rosa, I was just joking. I'm sorry, Rosa. I shouldn't ask that. But it's just an example. Where is it? Did I skip it? Or did I erase it? I guess I erased it. Okay. So this question, usually in English, we say this. Will you marry me? Not could you marry me, or would you mind marrying me, or can you marry me? We say, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Okay? Because I'm asking the person to decide now. Please decide. Will you marry me? Okay? So let's look at some more examples. Hey, could you give me a hand this weekend? Would you mind giving me a hand this weekend? Could you give me a hand? Can you give me a hand this weekend? Many ways to say this, right? But also, will you give me a hand this weekend? Will you help me this weekend? Remember, give me a hand means help me. Same thing. Remember Yomera said, buy you lunch? Look, give me a hand. It's kind of the same grammar, right? Verb, someone, something. Verb, someone, something. Will you please close the door? Sorry. Will you please close the door? Okay, it's pretty cold in here. And you can see, guys, you can see now we're going to talk about plans that we made before the moment of speaking. But we don't have time to talk about this today. So we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there. And we're going to continue this lesson on Friday. Okay, is that okay with you? Premium subscribers, yesterday I gave you homework. I asked you to do the exam. So you guys, if you go to the menu, you will see a link here that says exam. I don't have that because I'm not a student. But yeah, so please do the exam. Here, I don't want to show you the exam, but here's the exam. And please do that for homework before Friday. And I will check your answers and I'll explain the answers to you. So guys, we're going to continue this lesson on Friday. Please, you know, if you can, become a premium subscriber. If you can. The link is under the video if you're interested about that, about doing homework and tests and quizzes. Otherwise, join the Facebook group. You can ask me questions, you know, there. And Rosa, my wife, will answer your questions, or she'll help you. I will help you too. But it's a husband and wife Facebook group, Rosa and Mark Facebook group. So. It's frightening. I'm sorry, Katerina. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Guys, I'm just joking. Rosa and I are not married, and I'm so sorry, Rosa, for joking about that. It's not nice. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming. As always, I love doing this. I love seeing everybody in the chat, and I love answering your questions. Please come back on Friday morning. But don't forget all the other classes we have. We have more classes today with Josh. We have Nicole and Sean tomorrow, and me on Friday. So hope to see you in our classes. Please sign up to be a premium subscriber. See you on the Facebook group. Okay, bye guys. Have a wonderful day. Later.